WWE SummerSlam is this Sunday. This show is going to take place in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York for the fourth consecutive year, and I believe next year will be a different venue. They haven't announced where SummerSlam 2019 will be, but since WrestleMania is going to be in the same area, I believe for sure we'll see a SummerSlam of a new location next year. So this show has 13 matches. You have 3 on the kickoff and 10 main card matches. When I look at this card, I see a lot of things people would like to see, but I think my predictions will be what probably will happen, which is things people will not want to see, will make people angry. And that's what I see happening on this show. So I don't have high expectations at all. I mean, it's not a bad card or anything. It's just like when I see this, I can think of things people want to see and what will probably end up happening. So we can start on the pre-show. This will be on the kickoff. For the Cruiserweight Championship, you have Cedric Alexander defending his Cruiserweight title against Drew Gulak. So Alexander had some heat a month ago, and someone resurfaced. What they dug up his someone did was they dug up his old Twitter, and they went down through some old tweets, and they found him liking rape jokes and making rape jokes. I believe Ty Dillinger was also involved in some controversy like that. So I don't know if that's going to be a factor. I think the company was not happy with him. That being said, I don't think it matters because I think they're behind Drew Gulak, and I think Drew Gulak's going to take this title. I think we're going to see a new Cruiserweight champion. They'll probably have a really good match, but I think it's time. I say, why not? I think Alexander's been champ since WrestleMania. No one pays attention to 205 Live. Gulak has a good luck. He was getting a big push until Enzo Amore messed up. So I think that they're going to get behind Gulak here. I think he should win the title, so I'm predicting we see a new champ, and it'll probably be a good match. But I want to see a new champ. I think it would be at least get some people talking about the product, even though no one will probably watch. At least we'll get some buzz. Then we go to the Raw Tag Team Championships. You have the B Team against the Revival. So I'd like to see the Revival win the titles, but unfortunately I have the B Team winning. I hope this goes on first. This should be the match when everyone's just getting into the arena. It's like the match when it's half empty. No one wants to see this. This is probably the worst match. The B Team are just an absolute joke. They're a shitty tag team. They have no business as champions, but I see him retaining. I see the Revival eventually getting it. What I'd like to see is the Revival win the titles, and then I'd like to see him feud with American Alpha, a reunited American Alpha with Gable and Jordan. I think that'd be great. They can hash their NXT rivalry, but I see the B Team winning. But I see the Revival eventually getting a belt. Not on this show. I see the B Team retaining, and it's on a pre-show, so I see so most likely, because I'm already picking the Cruiserweight title, I think one of them is going to retain. So sadly, have the B Team winning. Mixed tag team match. You have Rusev and Lana against Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega. So when Lana and Zelina Vega had those matches on SmackDown, I actually kind of liked them. I thought they were good. It's not because they look so hot, but I thought they had, I thought they were fine. I thought they were actually kind of entertaining. I didn't mind it. They used to do that a lot with women. They'd have women who couldn't wrestle, but they'd have a feud together and they'd actually be kind of decent. So I actually haven't mind them, having a rivalry. I actually don't mind it. And here, I think the result's obvious. It's going to be Almas and Vega. The whole thing is how is Aiden English going to screw it up for Rusev and Lana? Well, what I see happening is Aiden English coming out, Almas and Vega are cheating, they're doing something, and then English comes out, he's going to try and stop it, and he blows the match once again. He costs Rusev and Lana, he fucks up, and then Almas and Vega win. So I'm saying they win this match, and then maybe a couple nights on SmackDown, you'll see their turn. I think Rusev and Lana beat his ass, Lana kicks Aiden English in the balls, and Rusev puts him in the accolade, and that's it for them. So on to the main card. This main show. Before we get to the matches, we have a segment. Elias is going to have a concert. So I think we see the return of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The Rock makes his return. He sings with Elias. I think the crowd would love it. I miss those Rock concerts. I've always wanted to see a gimmick that's a rip off of that Rock concert, and he goes out and he just insults every single city. But that's not what Elias does. It's PG. You can't do it in PG, PC environments now. But back in 2003, when The Rock Elias's gimmick is a rip off of the Rock's Hollywood Rock. When he went in there, I think it was Sacramento, he just dissed them. Oh my God, that stuff was awesome. But we won't see that. But I think The Rock will come out, make some jokes of Elias, lay him out, and he'll get a huge pop. So I'm predicting we see the return of The Rock. Let's go to the matches. We have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz in one of the most anticipated matches of the whole show. So this is a big match here. I see, unfortunately for the fans, I got The Miz winning. I think The Miz should win. Even though I love Daniel Bryan, it's probably my favorite. I think The Miz should win. I think this is going to be a long-term rivalry. If this was up to me, this is my fantasy booking. What I'd like to see is The Miz wins, and then they have another match on SmackDown when they know Daniel Bryan's contract's up, maybe a week or two later, and The Miz wins again. And then as Daniel Bryan's saying goodbye, The Miz sneaks up the stage and gives them the skull-crushing finale on the stage, getting all this heat on The Miz. I'd have Daniel Bryan go away. He goes to All In. He wrestles it. He gets a major reaction as Bryan Danielson, and then he tears up on the indies for a few months, and eventually he goes into the Tokyo Dome in New Japan, has another great match, and then shockingly he makes his shocking return at the Royal Rumble, comes out with number 30, wins the Rumble, the crowd loses their shit, and I have Daniel Bryan challenging the WWE champion, The Miz, at WrestleMania. I'd have The Miz beat AJ, and then at WrestleMania 35, Daniel Bryan beats The Miz, regains his title finally, and is champion. That's how you end the feud. That's how I'd book it. They won't do it like that. I see The Miz winning. I think Daniel Bryan will eventually stay. I think he's signing. I think he's going to stay at the company. They'll probably have a couple more matches in Daniel Bryan eventually. Maybe the blow-offs at Survivor Series, or maybe the October show. They'll have the final match, and Daniel Bryan will win, and Daniel Bryan will win this rivalry. But The Miz, I think, wins his first match. Finn Balor against Baron Corbin in the piss break of the night, besides the main event. That's the only piss break bigger than this. I'm gonna go with Balor. They had Corbin looking strong on Raw. I mean, what they could do, this would be fine if they had Corbin win, even though I hate him. They could have him keep bullying Balor, and then eventually Balor brings out the demon on the September show. How I would have done this is I would have Corbin beat down Balor and diminish him like he already does, but then Balor says, you're awakening a demon inside of me, and then Balor makes his return as the demon at SummerSlam and beats Corbin. We might still see a demon. I don't think so at all. They have not even alluded to it. I'd love to see it. This is Balor's actually 2-0 at SummerSlam. He won the title from Rollins 2 years ago, and he got hurt, and then he beat Bray Wyatt last year. So this is his third match. He's 2-0. I don't see a streak ending. I don't think that matters, but I think Balor takes his victory and he beats Baron Corbin. Even as regular Finn Balor, I'd love to see the demon, but I think regular Finn wins. Let's go to the Money in the Bank briefcases on the line. Braun Strowman defends his briefcase against KO. So if this was up to me, I'd have Kevin Owens win. Even though I'm a huge Strowman fan, I'd like to see Owens win. I don't think Strowman should be champ. Money in the Bank. I think the only way you can make it work is if Strowman announces he's going to cash in ahead of time. I think RVD did that. That'd be fine if Strowman just announces that and he wins the title there. That's fine. But I hate the idea of him sneaking up on Roman Reigns after he beats Brock Lesnar and winning the title just to make Strowman look bad. And it's all going to be about how Reigns was screwed and Strowman's going to be this chicken shit heel and they're going to fuck it up. I know that's what they're going to do. It's going to be all about getting sympathy on Roman Reigns, and the fans will start to turn on Braun Strowman. That's exactly what they want. I hope that doesn't happen. If it were up to me, I'd have Kevin Owens win, beats Braun Strowman, wins Money in the Bank, and in the main event, Reigns wins the title, and then Owens cashes in immediately on Reigns. Owens is champion. He leaves SummerSlam as champion, and then it's Owens and Reigns at Hell in a Cell. So, and with Owens as champ, that makes perfectly sense. It's already advertised. It's going to be Owens and Reigns in the Hell in a Cell. So, what's probably going to happen is Strowman beats Owens cleanly. This is my prediction. This is what I think. Strowman beats Owens cleanly. Then Reigns will beat Lesnar, and then it'll still be Owens and Reigns at Hell in a Cell. They'll get Owens in a match somehow. They did that last month. They had Reigns lose to Lashley, and he got the title shot the next month. That's exactly what's going to happen here. Owens is losing to Strowman. Strowman keeps his briefcase, and Owens will somehow get into a Hell in a Cell match with Roman Reigns at the next pay-per-view. But Strowman keeps his briefcase. SmackDown Tag Team titles, Bludgeon Brothers against New Day. This could steal the show if they let them, but they've been booking their Bludgeon Brothers as this dominant tag team. It's not like the old Luke Harper used to see tearing the host down. This could go either way. I think this might be the hardest match to predict other than The Miz and Daniel Bryan. This really could go either way. I'd prefer Bludgeon Brothers to retain, but I could see New Day winning. The thing with the New Day, if they have them win, I mean, the Bludgeon Brothers have been champs since WrestleMania. They've had a decent reign. They're not really getting over as a dominant team. Maybe they might want the New Day to feud with Sanity as tag team champs. But I think, you know what, I think it'll get a big pop seeing the New Day win. I think we see it. I'm predicting it fine. New SmackDown Tag Team Champs, New Day gets the belts. I think it'll get a big pop in front of the fans in Brooklyn. They'll like it. It might start the show. It'll get off to a hot start. I think the fans will really like it. So I'm saying we see new champs. I think it'll be one of the feel-good moments of the night. It actually gets a positive reaction. That's me. Maybe I'm being stupid. And I am predicting, WWE's just going to go with that depressing ending like they always say, but I'm going to say we see new champs. Nakamura and Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title. I don't care about this match at all. So Nakamura is retaining. I don't see Hardy winning. if they do something with Randy Orton, accidentally cost Nakamura the match, it's all like, where's Randy Orton going to do it? No one cares about this match. Randy Orton's the biggest star in this match, and he's not in this match. It's like no one's going to give a shit about anything these two do for like 10 minutes until they see Randy Orton. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to say Orton comes out and he cost Jeff Hardy the match. I just don't like that. I don't think Jeff Hardy should be U.S. champ. He's injured. There's rumors the reason they had a squash match at the last pay-per-view is because Hardy was injured. So Nakamura's keeping the belt, and then after the match, Randy Orton destroys Jeff Hardy. He kicks him in the head, does the bunt to the head, even though it's banned in PG world. Maybe he does that, but he takes out Hardy, but Nakamura is keeping this belt. So I'm saying Nakamura retains. Intercontinental title, one of the more anticipated matches. Not because of the match, but what could happen. You have Dolph Ziggler, the Intercontinental Champion, being accompanied to the ring with Drew McIntyre in his corner, and then you have Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose in his corner. If this were up to me, which I don't think will happen, Dean Ambrose turns heel, turns on Rollins, Ziggler gets the win. Holy shit, Ambrose turns. Ambrose looked jacked as hell. He looked huge. He has a new beard. He has a new look. It's awesome. I think he can get rid of that stupid wife beater he wears to the ring with those damn blue jeans. I think the reason why he sometimes looks sloppy when he wrestles is because of those fucking jeans. Just get regular wrestling gear. He's huge now. Vince might take a different look at him. And holy shit, this guy's big. I think Ambrose should turn heel. I would make him as a top heel. He might even be the top guy with his look now. I wish they would do that. Not going to happen. I think what happens is Ambrose accidentally screws Rollins over. He does something. He makes a mistake. It's some kind of screwy finish. Rollins was going to win, but Ambrose messes up, and then there's tension for the next few months on Raw. It's going to be this is how WWE does. But he messes up. He doesn't turn on him, but he just messes up, and Ziggler retains. That's my prediction. I am not looking forward to this match at all. They just had an Iron Man match. I don't want to see a fucking Iron Man match go into a singles match. I hate when they do that. WWE would sometimes go do Hell in a Cell matches, and the next pay-per-view it's a fucking singles match. That's how backwards they fucking book. I fucking hate this company, I swear. But I see Ziggler retaining, and I think it'll be McIntyre and Ziggler feuding for the Intercontinental title soon, but Ziggler takes this. The SmackDown Women's Championship triple threat match. Carmella against Becky Lynch against Charlotte Flair. So I think this is tough. So I'm looking at both the SmackDown and Raw women's titles championships like in the same vein. I think you'll see someone retain and someone get the belt. I could easily see it go either way. I can see someone win the SmackDown women's title and Alexa retain, or Carmella retain and Ronda wins the Raw title. I think Charlotte could win. I think it's going to be Carmella. I don't see Becky. I think WWE is just going to fuck over Becky Lynch and piss off the fans even more. And maybe the fans might turn on Charlotte for it. But they want Charlotte as the top woman, and they don't want Becky to be over. They have to kill her heat. It's fucking bullshit. They don't want Becky Lynch to get over the way she is, so they're going to have to fucking kill her heat. This is what they do, and I see that happening now. Becky's not winning. I think it's gonna be Charlotte or Carmella. I'm going to go with Carmella. I'm just going to say Carmella retains. I think everyone gets pissed off. The fans are furious. I probably will this will be a piss break for me. I don't want to see this match at all. I can't stand Carmella. I think she's fucking garbage. I just think she's the worst champion I've ever seen. But I see Charlotte and Becky arguing, and God, I hope this is not another Bayley Sasha, but I see them arguing, and I see Carmella keeping the belt. I don't know what they're going to do. Eventually someone will get the belt from Carmella, but I could easily see Charlotte winning. I'm just going to say they keep it on Carmella to piss the fans off, because I've decided what I'm going to choose for the Raw Women's Championship, which I'm going to talk about next. You have Alexa Bliss fighting against Ronda Rousey. So Alexa Bliss has been their top woman other than Charlotte. They love this chick. She's their hot blonde. They only push her because they want her to be Trish Stratus. That's how they view her. That's how WWE pushes her so much. That's how Vince McMahon sees her. And she has great relationship with everyone in top management. She's liked by the right people. I'm not saying, she's sleeping around. I'm not going to say that, but the way to push her, you sometimes think maybe it is. She's 5 feet tall. She's 100 pounds. She's tiny. She used to be muscular. She looks tiny now. She is not believable. She's really good on the mic, but she is not believable in the ring. The double knee stop she does is the most like one of the most fakest moves I've seen in WWE. I don't like saying that looks fake as fuck. She is not believable. She's not tough. I don't believe she'd hurt a fly. I've seen her talk. She has like that blonde, squeaky voice. You're probably one of those girls who wouldn't even harm a fly. She is not believable in the ring.
How I'd book it, again, this is probably not going to happen. This is not how they're going to do this, but I always talk about how I want to book it. I would love a squash match. I'd have Ronda Rousey go in there and fucking kill Alexa Bliss. Grabs her, armbar, it's over in about... I mean, you can do a count now with 3 minutes. I'll give it 3 minutes. You do Bliss running away, and then you have Rousey beat her up, kind of torture her a bit, and then just decide, I'm going to put her away. Armbar, she snaps her arm in half. I think one of the cool attractions of this match is Alexa Bliss has double-jointed arm, something's up with her arm in which she can make it look like it's been broken. And the thing that sucks is she's already done this. I think if they knew Rousey was going to come in, they would have never allowed her to do it on pay-per-view, but she's done it. She's had matches with Becky Lynch. I remember she did it. She had a match with Sasha. I think she did it there. So, unfortunately, that gimmick's already been done, but I would do that. I'd have Ronda just snap that fucking arm like a turkey leg being snapped off. That's how I would do it. But I think it's a competitive match. I think Bliss dominates like 60% of the match. This is how they book it. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Bliss wins. There's a couple scenarios. You could have Natalya come out, even though her father just passed away. You can still do that because I think that could have been in the plans. I think it was originally going to be Alexa, Natalya, and Raw. You could have had Ronda screw Natalya and mess it up. And then Natalya seeks revenge and screws over Ronda at SummerSlam, and then they can do that. They can still do it. I mean, her father passed on Monday, so, I mean, funeral when Jim not hurt, and she'll probably be available Sunday. But I'm just going to go with what should be done, even though WWE's probably going to have Alexa retain. I know they will. They love that fucking blonde chicks. They love these blondes like Alexa and Carmella. They love them, but I'm going to go what should be done, even though it probably is not going to happen. They're probably going to have Bliss retain, and then Bliss will probably go into WrestleMania as champion. She's going to be in a featured match, and everyone else gets screwed because they love their little blonde girl, Alexa. But if it's, to me, Ronda snaps her arm, and I still think Ronda breaks her arm. I think they're going to do that spot, but I think I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey. Could be wrong. I'm not confident at all, like a 1 out of 10 how confident I am, but I think they need to have Ronda win. Do what's right. Ronda Rousey is their new Raw Women's Champion. I'm predicting it. WWE Championship, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Remember in TNA, I still kind of laugh at this. There would be a period in TNA like in 08, 10 years ago, when every single time they'd be talking about guys who have helped build TNA, they'd go, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. 10 years later, they're on SummerSlam for wrestling for the WWE Championship in the match that it's clearly not the main event. This is probably going to go on last or second to last, third to last, something like that. I want to see Joe win. I'm rooting for Joe, even though I like AJ, but I'm sick of him as champion. I think this championship run needs to end. But I'm saying AJ retains. I think AJ Styles keeps the belt. I think it'll be a great match. But you know what? Maybe not, because if they wrestle the WWE style, I'm afraid they're going to do that. I think they're just going to wrestle that same boring WWE style that puts everyone to sleep. And I think they might do that, and I think that's why the match may not be as good. I think it's going to be a long match late in the show, and the crowd might be dead. It might be like the AJ Nakamura match at WrestleMania. That could easily happen. I'm going to say AJ keeps the belt. The feud will continue to have a Hell in a Cell match, and AJ probably wins again. I'd love to see Joe as champ, but he's been injured a lot, and I don't see Vince McMahon. I don't think Vince sees him as champion. I think AJ keeps the belt, even though I think AJ is just there to break CM Punk's sudden reign before he loses the title maybe at WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble. But he's going to have a very long time reign, beat Punk's record, and he beats Samoa Joe and keeps his belt, even though I would love to see Joe as champ. I think he'd just be a great champ. I think it'd be awesome for SmackDown to have Joe as champ, but I think they're going to keep it on AJ. Main event, I'm going to be quick. Roman Reigns is going to win the match. He's going to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to watch the match. I'll just start recording my video. And I see no cash in. I don't think Braun Strowman cashes in. I would love to see Kevin Owens cash in. I think that'd be great if he won. But I'm predicting Strowman to win. I think what happens is Reigns wins. I think it's Reigns and Owens at Hell in a Cell. And there's no cash in. Strowman beats Owens. And then it's just Reigns and Owens. Owens somehow gets into the Hell in a Cell match. He wins some qualifying match on Raw. And that's what they do. So no cash in. Just Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar. Hopefully, I actually hope it's long because I can do my review and I can have it up there and I can get some early views because my review will be up first. So I'm just going to start my review. I'm not going to watch it match. Just, it is what it is. I'm not getting mad about it. They've done this a million times. Let's get this over with. And hopefully we never have to see this fucking match again. All I can think about is how much NXT TakeOver is going to blow this show away. It's not going to be close. TakeOver is just going to destroy the show. It's like, at least we're getting a great show at TakeOver. This show, we're going to have to sit through like 6-7 hours of just bore. But, I don't know. My expectations are not very high for this show. Hopefully WWE can put on a good SummerSlam, but, just not looking forward to it. And I think the main events create a negative trickle down effect. So it is what it is. I just hope we have a good show.